So.
When they're that big, they look so old. Sure, they do. It's got to be 15.
What's up, folks? We're at WrapsCon 2021.
My cousin.
You were
on Saturday and Friday.
This one's just an XL. He just stretched the fucking neck out.
Sunday, I was like, I feel like I just got stamped for Oakland. My Friday. I went up to the tennis show. Me and Master Ray. I had everyone myself. Yeah, I know the man. I'm gonna roll over and go back to sleep.
I've been following you the whole trip, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we had a good little trip, man.
So how long did it take you to go back?
So, well, it was about 30 hours of drive time. 26 or whatever. But we broke it up. You know, we did 12 hours from Vegas to Denver.
Okay.
Just did a nice little evening there. Then hit the next morning. Got to Kansas City. Same thing. We were trying to get into St. Louis and hang out there. But we were just like, well, we got to go. Shit, it's already 5 o'clock. We were screaming kids. Let's just pull over.
Yeah, at some point in time they tell you.
Yeah, exactly. So we just kind of kept a chill pace. And then, yeah, about the last leg was just like 7 hours. Yeah, it was just like whatever, right? Yeah.
I think it's like, shit, we gotta turn and go back.
It's a pretty drive, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Kansas was a little shitty. That was like, it was like a DVD skipping. Like, I'm like, I've seen this bridge 1,000 times, and it's always after that goddamn silo on the left.
Language.
I did actually on a buddy of mine in Vegas. It was at the SGIA show. Probably 10 years ago. But he was like, he got in the middle of the position with me. Has to be there and answer like 05 restart. Like, next. Sure, I'm going to go. Get up here.
Yeah.
So I was going to ship it back when I got there. And like, we were going to put it on a truck, and I started researching the truck. Opening more, and I was like, total by the time I get it back. I was like, no. So I took over here.
Yeah.
I drove right back to Spain.
Everybody's best friend.
Well, it's fine. So I drove from Vegas to I truck taking to Saudi. That was a fucking. It was a balls out
That's
run.
what I did. Like 6 o'clock. Like I drove as far as to like 1 o'clock before that.
Yep,
thing.
yep.
Got up at 6 and did the same shit again.
I timed it right because I was like, I know I can get to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. I've done that drive before. So I got to Fort Sill, crashed, and then I made it into Savannah the next night. And I was like, man.
But you're coming through there. It's a beautiful park. Like the one I think to like New Mexico.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I felt like I was like this.
Yeah, going in there at night too, see all the red dots. You're like, what is this, an alien invasion?
Exactly right. Exactly right.
You're like, I don't know what is this.
Here, let's get it.
Baby. Yeah, he's just and what's up, dude? What's up, man? How's it going, brother? Good. How you doing? Good, man.
I've been emailing you, Chad Parrish about that stuff.
Oh yeah, Grand Rapids too. What a fucking. We did the job, and then they fucked up, dude. We got there on site, and they had a paint spec call out from us what they had to do. They didn't do it. They put one fucking coat of latex on it. I put a fucking masking tape on there and peeled the fucking paint off. And I had high tack. Yeah, so I had to go to the Target, buy some baby shampoo, peach flavored baby shampoo, a bunch of alcohol. I got a pump sprayer. I put a little bit of soap in there, put a gallon of, like a whole bottle of alcohol in a 5-gallon sprayer, and we sprayed the walls and put fucking high tack up. Wow. Yeah. and it fucking worked.
Did you do the whole building?
We did most of it except for one wall we couldn't do because the paint was so fucking light. Like you couldn't even
That's
get it
a
wet.
lot of vinyl.
Yeah, we did. And then after that, it was just like, you got to pay us to come back out here. We got to figure this out. Because like they fucking whole lower levels. It was fucking.
But our measurements were good. Though.
Your measurements were spot the fuck on, dude. Dude, I was looking at your shit. I was like, God damn! I knew how much time you had on it, and I literally was like, I know this took a long time. Like this fucking. You had. I mean, it was perfect. Like really is. That was like, those were perfect measurements, and perfect calculations. Everything worked out really good. But yeah, now we have grand format stuff. We're doing all sorts of good shit.
Definitely, let's get
Didn't you just wrap the truck like 2 weeks before you got it off the route?
Yeah,
Did you drive here?
2 days after I got the Hot Wheels notification, and I started unwrapping it. I got the, oh, you're officially on the Hot Wheels Legends tour.
What did you turn to remove it?
No, I was removing it because I was going to rewrap it, but I probably wouldn't have removed it because I got the fucking letter from Hot Wheels like 2 days later, and I was like, bitch, oh whatever. So they're like, please send videos. So I sent them all these videos of all of it. I was like, we'll see. It'll still go. I can always rewrap it.
What a pain. You did this again? I mean,
Dude, my fucking guy, he was like, he called me up and was like, this is the fucking best install I have ever fucking seen. Fuck you.
I know.
Fuck
I mean, I've
this.
seen it.
Just kidding. Wow. So yeah, he's chilling, man. Are you really? Oh, dude, if I left him alone, he'd cry like a
well, we just got coffee at Small People like a month ago, so
yeah. Oh, they're good. That's good. Yeah, he's just been the WrapsCon dog, man.
yeah.
The official WrapsCon dog.
Yeah. I liked your post you made about how you sliced it and stuff.
Oh yeah, man.
With this side of the business.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like you gotta kind of always have something emotional. You know, it's like a military operation. You just always move forward. So when something happens that stops you, okay, that's here. But what can I do that I can, you know? And I just went like that. Like, what do I need? Okay, laser, got it. Router, okay, just buy that. Okay, get one of those two. Oh yeah, you want it? Dude, I got all sorts of stuff. I mean, but it was funny because I was like finding deals all over the country. I drove to Salt Lake City. I was like, on a fucking printer. I literally was like, yeah, I'm going up there to see my mom. Went over to the Penske place. I was like, hey, can I rent this? They're like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. I drove it over to the thing. I was like, here's cash. Rolled it right into the thing and drove that bitch all the way to Vegas. So we had kind of moved right before COVID. We just kind of moved into the space, and so we were kind of gearing up to go through an expansion, but this kind of was like fast forward. You know, like COVID. Yeah, it was shitty, but at the same time, you know, I wouldn't be as far ahead as I am now because I really was able to focus on it. I hired a developer full time, built the site, and we worked together on the site, made sure it was exactly what it needed to be the starting point. You know, we got all the equipment set up, and it was just like, all right, you know, let's start focusing on these individual goals because, you know, when everything opens up, you know, we'll have all of this. We can do anything. We built fucking signs, like electric sign cabinets. We're like fucking routing shit up. I'm like, this is cool. Like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, dude, we do a lot of this stuff. So grand format stuff. We just did a stadium, and we did that job in Vegas. But dude, it was 700 feet of fucking 10-foot wide print. It was awesome. That's the money because, you know, even though they're not adhesive wraps, they're still called wraps. Yep. You know, and we're doing that shit, mesh framing systems, fucking boom, boom, so much easier. You know, we can still charge $5-6 bucks for that shit. And I'm doing it for 99 cents, 79 cents. You know, like.
What material did you use for vehicle wraps?
We have Arlon SLX. That was our price point. And those have been fucking killer.
That's like if you have a little bit of time to eat it, that's everybody
I haven't felt like that.
still hot shot, it's great.
Yeah.
Go ahead, that on it.
And you just got to squeegee a little bit harder, but at the same time, like their SLX Plus, you don't have to do that as much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, their Plus is like shit. SLX came out with SLX Plus. That's the compensate for the light squeegees and the post heating and shit like that. So now it's super good. And then they're using that same adhesive on the 4600, which is a high performance calendar. And it's got a bunch of organosols in it that normal stuff calendar vinyl doesn't have. So it actually is almost like a cast. It's just this high performance version of it. And then when you made it with a cast laminate, dude, for 244 a square foot, we're fucking doing a lot of fucking like commercial deals.
I mean, for that, I mean, for the
Dude, I'm telling you, like there's so many, and I dual roll fucking 600 feet. Just, like, I mean, that fucking printer is the size of this.
Oh, it's 10 feet, yeah.
Dude,
is it printed in 2 rolls at the same time?
Yeah, it'll double up. Yeah, dude. So like, I can have 2 6s just burning, and I'm like we run in buses. And it's just funny because I'll run like 4 or 5 buses and you're like, and you're just like, yeah, this is so much. Right. you're like, what are you gonna do with the rest of your day? Because that's only gonna take you like 20 minutes to print. What the fuck? I mean, it's printing like 2,000 square feet. Yeah. Slow it down, get like more better stuff. I mean, we're still pushing. The print heads are like that.
What's your turn time? Oh,
yeah, I mean, it goes, as soon as your art gets uploaded into our hot folders, it gets put into our system. And our guys just go through. We have wallpaper on our site. We have LexJet, and if you don't see it on the site, you can try and get it. So we have all sorts of shit. Like HP has a real good thing with wall coverings. It's the commercial, industrial wall coverings. Lexmark. They'll be like Mylar. They'll be like super thick.
You know what that means?
But yeah, the
yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah, do it.
I see it upload.
Man, if you guys have any questions, let me contact. Send me an email, give me a call. Not myself, I mean, shit's in my signatures. So just call me, say whatever you need, hit me up on Facebook. You got a shirt? Did you guys get any shirts? Were you in the competition?
No.
what was the competition?
The rap competition. Oh, what size shirt?
Well, maybe tomorrow morning extra large.
We took to the other ones. I take an aspirin.
It's our atomic chain version with prosthetic leg.
Man, I don't feel like
Dude, I got this on Nintendo, man. My TV broke.
I was like, you know what's better than Nintendo? Yeah.
The TV broke. It literally just broke. And it won't come out of that screen. Dude, I was sitting there playing Contra earlier. Me and Jim Miller were playing Contra last night in Super Mario. I was like, we're doing high score wins the Skeletal Tools tool. I'm like, fuck, I'm getting fucking video games out. Yeah. We're gonna have Russell on with fucking Ultimate Warrior. I was playing that
until I pulled the power ready.
So we were thinking about Farwell.
Yeah.
We're thinking our hotel was pretty quiet.
Dude, that RV house was ours. We were fucking partying like fucking crazy last night. He's fucking, Frank Oliver was in there and he's like, how many fucking White Castle should I order? We're like, I don't know. And then 100 fucking White Castle burgers show up. I woke up in the morning and we opened up the fucking RV and I was like, whoa! It's like jalapeno cheese, White Castle burgers, and fries.
Smelled was like Fireball and White Castle. And I was like,
You know what that means?
It barely was a good night last night. must have been like the meeting spot. We don't just go outside. Yeah, that's all. That's the RV.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we had all the shit. Yeah, so it was kind of one of those things. We were gonna drive the truck, and some park issues with the truck that popped up. Totally unexpected. So we couldn't bring the vehicle, and we had a spot for like $8,000
Going into a
got that thing in there, and I think the parts. Anyway, long story. So we were already going to drive because we had the truck. We had all this shit, so we were gonna take like a little U-Haul trailer and drive the truck. And my buddy wanted to go with his family, so we didn't think about it. He was like, just run your RVs. It's like, why the fuck did we not think of that? I'm like, seriously, like I have like 7 RVs that we rent out. I didn't even think about taking one. I'm like, I was so caught up in the truck. So we were like, fuck it, yeah. So we just packed everything in the fucking RV and just hit the road.
Like, hey, like a yoga person. Like, hey, do you do stretches?
Yeah, dude, it's funny. Like everybody's taking pictures. Like last night, they're taking pictures of everybody on his island.
But do it specific.
How's things going, man? How you guys doing?
Good. So,
Actually, I think this.
They don't know these guys.
Yeah. You know what?
Price war. Like I said,
It was a positive. Still,
I just know that when me and him
I don't think I'd be as far as. Like, that's all I think. It kind of forced us to make a lot of strategic moves. You know, and I'm like, it gave me the opportunity.
you're buying it
About this shit. You know what I mean? 'Cause that shit ain't going anywhere right now. Like we're all on pause. Let's figure out a way to course correct.
like I said, look, you can get it.
yeah, I think last year was
Whoa. So you got that? Just sitting here.
How are you?
Yeah, it's like broke. He likes the small ones. I do. Yeah, you too, brother. You too. We see you out tonight. Yeah, we're going out tonight. Yeah, nice to meet you. You guys know where you're going for? Yeah. I think Marcos does. Yeah, we're all doing that for sure. Yeah, we're all staying in the license. We're all there's a rule. At 6:30, you meet at the RV.
It doesn't matter.
Did you get kicked off Facebook again?
What the fuck did you do this time?
I know, I saw. What'd you do this time?
They banned my IP. Everything. I mean, the last time I think
Just the guns?
that's what it started at, and then the last time, the very last time, they called. I said like conservative listeners or something like that. Like I'm not that way anyway, you know. But yeah.
Dude, I said to fucking Frank Oliver, I was like, you need to give me a blowjob or some shit like that. And it fucking flagged my account. It was like, you cannot say that. I was like, are you serious? I was just kidding. It was a joke.
Ash made a new one called, she named it Ashley Tubbs or something like that. And then she logged it in on my phone. The second she logged in on my phone, it blocked. And so it's my IP of my phone.
Do you know we're on air?
Yeah, that's what everyone, I'm not smart for that shit. Yeah.
IPvanish.com.
That's what somebody else could do.
Dude, just go to App Store, IPvanish.com, and then just load it in your phone, set it to turn on when you power your phone, and boom, you're done.
Because every time they do it, I can't post on my company pages.
Yeah, I got one of those. So, yeah. Oh, here he is. So, like, look, just download the app. Like right now, I'm not connected, but it'll update the servers. And as it turns on, I can tell where I want it to go. Like, oh, it's in Dallas right now.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so it's sent me. Yeah,
Somebody else.
so now it's connected, right? And it's a security feature because now no one can see your shit. If you're on a Wi-Fi network, they can't get you.
When you go like that, is that mark?
So yeah, if someone was walking around skimming phones, yeah, that's great. So now it'll tell me. It'll tell me that it's on, but like, it's still connected.
Yeah, I'm not too. Somebody just that's what they keep doing, man. They just shut it all off. I'm like, whatever.
I just keep thinking you're fucking, fuck you, son, fuck you, son, fuck you, son.
I can't.
We're like, this guy said fuck you, son about
Are you ready?
30,000 times. Let's just ban that fucking IP. That's exactly what it was. Probably
That catches some animate there. I think it'd probably be good.
And they gave me a 30 day just like that. I'm like,
I get warnings left and right from
because it catches both, right? So this is a little ambient miking, and this is going to be closer
I've
with the
gotten
emphasis
one
on
ban and it was a couple hours.
Yep. Are you gonna do this by yourself or Dallas or with me?
Doesn't matter. He's like, it works better as a conversation.
They fucking
It should be conversation.
And then
Dallas can do it with you, I think.
yeah, and you don't have to.
I don't even want to know what I
You
say.
like this ambient noise thing? With an interview?
I want to see messages. Then.
I hate, it's fucking up this fucking Facebook. I wish there was a better option.
Well, they were starting to be, and then they got rid of it.
Stretch.
What's up, dude?
What's up, buddy?
What you doing, Matt?
Yeah, it's good. I love you. He's off right now.
Good, man. I know. I hug your daddy. I know. I hug your daddy. Wait till I fucking do
See, you got good sound.
Handsome, man. Handsome, hey.
We'll be back around.
Hey, you want to do an interview later on?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah. Let's
You
do
and
it.
him?
Yeah.
You and him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do that. I like that.
Let's do it. Sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down, Matt.
Let these dudes.
Zeno, you got to moderate this. How are you going to moderate?
I'll moderate it.
Right, dude.
Yeah. Can you turn that down a little bit? I feel like I'm staring in the fucking sun.
Yeah, the audio's good, man. This is what's
Oh, for once, Shane looks bright. Oh.
There's a little bit of a
Always bright, man.
I mean, before we start though, let me give you one of my cards.
Oh, we're going to catch on fire and die.
Find your own way.
So, what are you doing on the show?
We're doing now?
Yeah.
audio's good now.
So, how's the things going with the training?
It's going real well. It's going real well. It's busier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's good.
Everybody's been coming up talking. It's been open forum. It's been nice.
Yeah.
How are the presentations been going?
Dude, it's awesome. Man. Getting a lot of awesome feedback from everybody.
It's fantastic. Fantastic.
All that equipment is like, when you buy shit like that, you're buying a heavy piece, big thing.
Well-
We're used to buying $20,000 pieces of equipment. You know what I mean? Like, when you start talking this big boy money, and you start buying those big heavy ones, and you know that you got a machine that's worth like $300K brand new, you're like, that's how do they pay for that shit? Then when you see how fast they operate, it's like, man, that's how they do it. They're printing that money.
Skin in the game. Major skin in the game.
A lot of skin in the game.
It's fantastic.
Are you guys doing the business stuff?
Yeah, we're not teaching anything. We're just promoting the business side, the design side, and then the hands-on rap side. You know what I mean? So we're just getting it out there, letting people know that we're kind of more of a beginner with the hands-on for the 2-day class, but the business side, we've been doing it for 7-8 years, man. What's the point of doing all this if you don't really know what to price? And the other thing too is you got different areas, markets, right? So even though I may get a certain amount in Louisville, Kentucky, it may not apply to Vegas, and I know it does.
Dude, it's
South
funny.
Florida,
It's funny you say that. I went to fucking South Carolina for that profiling project I was working on with Rap Studio. Dude, they're charging twice as much as we can in our area, and I'm like, man, I wish I had that in my area. But we can't. It's just not in our area. It's
Right.
like we price that, we wouldn't have business.
Right.
So it's crazy.
But the weird thing too is they may not be able to get a certain amount for vehicle wrapping, but it flips sometimes on soft signage or channel letters. Like you may be getting more than what you can get out in Vegas, and I can in Louisville, Kentucky. So it kind of switches and changes. So it's been curious,
It's
but
finding that niche. It's really kind of like trying to figure out. That's what's been hard for us, and that's why we ended up buying a lot of this shit. Because it was like throwing darts at a wall.
I kept seeing these posts. I was like, what is this dude doing? I hope he's wearing sweatpants now instead of kahunas on this guy. You know what I mean?
But it also goes with knowledge and expertise, and you kind of have to have. They gotta have those nuts to go out and do it. And that's not your first rodeo either. You got your hands in some other stuff. People don't know everything that you do, so it's not just wrapping cars, man.
Yeah, I know.
So
it's funny. I forgot I was in the RV business for a second when I came out here. My buddy's like, "Why aren't we taking an RV up here?" And I was like, "Why did I not think of that?"
I remember one night I was sitting there talking to Dallas. I was like, "Did you know Shane's in the RV business?" He's like, "Yeah, I never told you." I was like, "I had not a clue, not a clue." You know what I mean? But we're from Kentucky, so what do you expect? You know what I mean? We're only, like I said, we're way behind the times. Days of Thunder just came out 3 weeks ago. It's a hell of a movie. Hell of a new. Rubbin's Racing, that's my new tagline. We always joke about how Kentucky, we're way behind, So, and not only that too, but the amount of context you have, it's not like you're starting out from scratch.
Right.
The relationships you've had, we're pumped up to even be able to use this.
Yeah.
And I've told you, I've been against wholesale. I've been against brokering. Just didn't like it. Didn't think it was fair that you could be in your apartment, condo with a computer and outsell me. But as you get a little older, a little wiser, and realize we can do the same thing.
Yeah.
Why am I not offering my clients wide format banners? Why am I saying no to mesh banners? Why am I saying no to even being able to, our printers are great, but if we had to pick up 10 semi trucks right now, can't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I could do it, but the time and the cost.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, especially have tight deadlines where you're like, hey, this has got to be done by this certain time, and you're like, how the hell am I going to do that? Right. Yeah, and that's one of the things. Like, after I got all this equipment, it was really like, man, it's a sense of pride that I have in our industry to be able to say, hey guys, my machine is available for all you guys too. Like, let's all, this isn't just my machines. You know what I mean? Like, I want all of us to be able to go, hey dude, man, print this, throw it in the queue, let's get it done.
No, 100%. Not only that, but the transparency, and you guys have a friendly hometown. We're from Kentucky, I know you're in Vegas, but you have a hometown feel about you guys. It's a very friendly atmosphere. It's not a number.
Yeah.
You're a person. Yeah. And that's how you like to be treated. So I think that's going to carry on to some bigger and better things.
Yeah.
And if you had to tap into some of these rappers and all the other people that are just doing rapping, there's so much more out there.
A lot, dude. You look at all the promo swag that we all, I got into doing that years ago, and I was like, dude, this has got a 40% margin on it. And all I'm doing is showing them a picture of this catalog. I show them the price that tells me, and I got a secret code that tells me how much I'm in made. This is great.
There's a secret code.
Yeah, there's a secret code down at the bottom. It's like, is it a C code, B code, G code? But yeah, dude, those promo items and being able to offer signage, and it's like we are in the sign graphics industry. That's it. We got to play in the big boys areas.
If people don't realize, my clients, I tell them this stuff's not rolled up on a tube ready to go for you. When we hit B and we pull it out and give it to you, and we charge $200 on top of it. If I was buying something for $100 and marking it up, it's $120. I didn't do anything. I ordered it, put it on the shelf. You bought it, I made $20 off of it. But we're manufacturing. I've said this before. Telling some guys earlier, man, we're with wrapping for sure. You're designing, producing, installing a custom tailored suit for vehicles.
Yes.
You got a custom suit? I just now had one recently. It's not cheap. I haven't had to wear it.
You gotta get tailored.
Oh yeah,
I don't think it fit mine anymore. I got the COVID fit.
Well, I don't know. You and I have the same thing. Everything we have zips up or buttons up. We don't have any pullovers, right? Our heads are too big for anything to slip over. At least,
I used to have those adjustable ones, where you can pull the sides. Now mine adjusters don't even work anymore.
100%, man. So, I gotta be honest with you, it's just been glad to just see people. Like I said, to see people smile. I'm used to everyone still in Kentucky wearing masks.
Dude, they said that we were gonna have to wear masks here. I about fucking shit. I was like, no, fuck that. No. I was like, no, I will not pander that. He said, thank God Rugs said that.
Well, speaking of Rugs, I told him yesterday. I gave him the most awkward hug. I haven't hugged anybody else besides Rugs in a while, so it was just all like I was having cerebral palsy or something. What's going on? So it made it awkward. So it's just good. It's just good to see faces. And I miss doing business with people face to face.
Yeah, it's crazy. When you start doing these events and you start going to, it's crazy that you miss those people that you see because we're all at the same place at the same time, and then we all go our own. It's so cool that we all are able to do that. Prior to COVID, it was like twice, 3, 4 times a year we were all getting together.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question too with your business too. You have a fair amount of walk-in business?
Yeah. A lot of, like, people will call and just come in after, you know.
But if a guy calls you for wraps or whatever, they usually come over with the vehicle, right? You photograph it, make sure you look at it. But my point is now you even have more of a shop to it.
Yeah.
Right? So when you bring them in now,
oh, it is.
It's like, dude, we're wrapping, but let me show you some other stuff.
Yeah.
Look at this piece of equipment.
Yeah.
And I bet they're like, oh my God.
Yeah, because that sells the jobs. Actually, it's I've closed jobs just because of that. And I'll walk them back and they'll see these big pieces of equipment and this machinery and these things that we're creating right then and there, you know. And it's just, they're like, wow, this is awesome. I didn't realize you guys did all of this. You guys are, you know, Gecko Wraps. And they see Just Print signs all over the place. And it's like, yeah. So I mean, it does sell the jobs.
You know, it does. That's what I tell when I train people too with sales. Is you get them to your office. I don't care if you have one print. I don't care if you have one bathroom, one computer, one 10x10 bay. Show them what you have. They can see you got skin in the game. They can see you're doing it there. And it's about an 89% closing rate.
Yeah, I think it really does. Like anytime you meet with a customer, you're increasing that sale exponentially. I mean, it's got to be at least a 50% positive on that.
Yeah, 100%.
Because normally, if you're at a 45% close ratio, really making that business, I think that can be increased to at least 80% by just having actual face-to-face.
Zeno and I talked about this last time too about transparency. It's hard to be transparent via email and on a phone.
It really is.
But you can be transparent face-to-face.
It really
That's
is.
where the transparency
tones
comes through.
are mixed up. People mix up tones and signals. You can say one thing just trying to keep it short, but then somebody will think that you're being rude. And you're like, wait, I didn't mean it to be like it was rude. I was just answering as fast as I could because I was ready for the project.
No, and you know, the whole sales tactic of if something's $5,000, you can tell them it's $5,500, but you'll do it for $5,000. Right? But when you tell people in person, this is only a $5,800 job, but I'm gonna do it for $52,000. It goes up more real. You shit, you make $200 more than what you even quoted. You know what I mean? So a lot of my clients still like that face to face. Now we still have to create the estimate, the formal quote, to make sure everything's lined up. But I don't know. I'm excited to get back to the face to face, man.
Yeah, it's been hard to do business. Done business in an environment where you're not supposed to meet each other.
Well, yeah, and I could be wrong, but you open this Just Print signs to do wholesale printing, but there's a lot of that going on in Vegas. Not that, but actually you have a lot of clients in Vegas.
Yeah.
So I mean, how are you going to casinos? How are you dealing with these people? How are you dealing with these buyers that need your services? And it's hard to do over Zoom.
It really is.
After a while.
It really is. Yeah. Absolutely.
So, but I'm glad this booth's going well for you.
Oh, it's cool, man. We're having a good time. TV broke though, so you can't play Nintendo.
Nintendo still work?
Nintendo still
that still works though, right? Yeah. You can take that back.
My buddy went to go grab it out of the TV, so we're gonna have that up and running here soon. So we can do some WrestleMania bouts, and winner's gonna win like a local sample box.
Oh, I love that. That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
We'll be like, oh, you win.
I love how you're changing your whole scheme of the actual booth. You know what I mean? During the booth, like now you've gone from because you had no idea of doing Nintendo, right? Before you came here.
No idea, dude. I was literally at the freaking mall. And I saw this and I was like, we're going retro 80s. You know, I got the whole Garbage Pail Kid shirt.
Right. Yeah, I got one. Thank you.
So yeah, we got this whole thing. And I was like, and then in our shop, we kind of went retro, like with like kind of like 8-bit characters.
I like that.
So we saw that and I was like, I gotta do that. That's what we want to do. Our interior walls, we're gonna do old Nintendo games.
I like that.
Yeah, Donkey Kong. Super Mario Bros. Just kind of.
So it looks like Minecraft a little bit. Yeah. Well, it's funny you said that. Was it 2 weeks ago? My 5-year-old was sitting down. I was like, dude, we're gonna watch Pete's Dragon. 1977, dude. If you go back and watch the graphics in that, I mean, it's holding. You can see. I mean, it's just. And I used to be mesmerized.
I know. Just as a kid, the cartoons that we used to have. I mean, like think about how G.I. Joe and Transformers. He-Man, She-Ra, and all that shit was around when we were fucking kids.
Well, the new 2020 or 21 2K NBA, my boys were playing it a while ago. My wife thought they was actual games.
It looks so real.
It's so real. I was like, no, go back upstairs.
Can you imagine what it's going to be like in another 100 years? We're going to be inside of a simulation.
It's all virtual, man.
It's the Men in Blake.
Virtual.
It's the Men in Blake.
So it's just crazy. The other thing too is, this show is always small. When I say small, footprint-wise, but people are spending more time in the booth.
Yeah.
They're not just kind of skipping. They're stopping, hanging out for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, having conversations. I've seen more conversations going on than ever before.
I know, this is funny. It's like we all got ungrounded with our nose in the corner of the fucking room, and now we've all went, oh, hey guys, let's all talk and hang out. We haven't seen you. My face has been in the wall for a while.
I feel like we've all been grounded.
I do.
We've been on, our dad's grounded us for 15 months.
Dude, we were in trouble. I don't know what we did to piss off our fucking parents, but
It's time to drink some more Kool-Aid and swing on some monkey bars and maybe steal a couple of, get a little vandalism going on back there. But it's so, I've been excited. I mean, I'm always a glass half empty kind of guy, but I'm just excited to be here, man. It's just great. Regardless of what happens to get from the show, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same way. I mean, it's an expense for all of us to be here. And it's so funny because it's like you're paying these expenses in hopes of a return. But in some aspect, you're paying it because you haven't fucking seen anybody in a while, and you're like, I've got to do this. I don't care. It's like an expense that needs to happen.
You're right. Well, see, when you're doing your training and stuff too, and I tell my students, I was like, we're doing this for money. We appreciate you paying to come, but what really costs the most is the time away from your business, the time away from your family. What do you lose by being away from it? I'm sure right now. I mean, I know you got guys to help it, but you don't have your finger on it sometimes. It's like, God, I hope it's okay. All the time.
And that's the thing. It's like you have to entrust your employees that they do their job. You know what I mean? And sometimes if somebody messes up, you got to figure out a way to separate yourself from that and be like, look, man, these guys have to be able to do this on their own. I can't come in and handhold. So there's so many things that you've got to kind of be
it's
really
tough.
careful.
It's tough. That's what one guy. It's easier said than done. But he said, do what you do best and delegate the rest.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out what that needs to be done and how that happens. And the other interesting thing you said too, and I don't really think about this, but this is fantastic. But you got lower margins, so you have less chance of screw up.
Yeah.
So if you do screw something up, you got to make it right. You know what I mean? So you don't have as much padded in there to get that done. But I think once you get that down pat, you already have. You're going to be flying. So. And I also think the software will be, you've got it locked in, but I think the more you use it, the more clients you have, the more you'll refine it, the more you'll retweak it.
We've got some things in development. We're hiring on some developers who really know that side of it.
Next thing you know, you'll be starting software. Screen print.
I think it could be, yeah. You never know. I mean, building a business based on its own ecosystem. You know what I mean? One self-contained business ecosystem.
Well, it's opened our eyes too, because we've always been somehow pigeonholed of raps and artwork and training, this and that, but seeing what you've done, we're like, what else can we do? But I still want to stay in the wheelhouse. I still want to stay in my lane. That's everything too. People get successful and they want to go, I'm going to start a internet provider company, or I'm going to, it's like, dude, that's not even, how long did it take you to get where you are right now? I mean, seriously, how long did it take you to get to the point where you could actually start just print signs?
It took a while. And it's funny because, had I done this 10 years prior, I don't think it would have gone on. You know what I mean? It's like
it's timing. Timing is everything too. You can be. People ask us all the time. We got lucky. We timed the right part. We got in the business at the right time. So we could have the same skill level 8 years later. We may not be sitting here. So timing is everything.
Well, let's get together tomorrow night. You guys
I'm free, man.
Are you going to the Tiki thing?
I am now. Yeah, we're going.
VIP party. Awesome.
We'll talk some more, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
Third hug.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You hear that?
Oh, from Kentucky straight. That might be the best pod he has.
He's gonna listen to that. He's gonna die laughing. Oh my god.
Well, wait till you hear the one he brought his out. And then I'll tell you the story. So our first shot had no battery. We used the stereo shot next door as our battery. So year one, I go out drinking the day before Thanksgiving. So get in my truck, drive in the shop, 9 a.m. Breaks been 18 years. My Is it?
Or the pictures of Bubs. Happy WrapsCon, everybody, from Seattle to Indy. Having an awesome time here. Come next year.
Grab the, you can, it's streaming, so that's going to go.
Hi.
Look it up.
Oh yeah, I've been on it.
It's 10 degrees outside.
There you go. Oh, that's right, yeah. He's already a recorded rock star.
I don't.
Yeah, I remember.
I did my time.
You look different.
Kid you not, 3 weeks later we got this car show.
You're not going all the time?
I start laughing like you. I can't breathe. He goes, "Babe, what's going on? Who stole it?" I go, no one stole it. I shit it.
Yeah,
He goes, what? I go, I shit it. He goes, are you kidding me? I was like, no, dude. Well, anyways, I told this story to Chad.
That's why it's like
That's so funny. Oh my God, that is
Zena
so
goes, I
funny.
love this.
That's so funny.
I said, now everybody's going to know me as the dude from Kentucky.
Oh my God.
But ask Dallas about the cooler.
That's so funny, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, oh, I got another one for Dallas.
That's tomorrow.
I think you know, and then whatever else shows up.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I like it. Thank you.
You got a guy over here like to fire and you give me a hard time for fucking out of the hole.
I'd wrap that.
That's right.
Yes. That's right, Shane?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. What size shirt you wear?
Yeah,
I am a large.
it's like that's
Were you in the competition?
I was, yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have a t-shirt in the competition match.
you know, and it's that long format that you know that people have. And if it starts to get
I have totally forgot I got one.
you keep making stuff, and then
Yeah, we put
you know,
those in all the
someone's
bags, so all you guys got.
you just click it on.
You got some squeakers.
And that's the beauty of the format is the long.
But do you have one leg?
Oh, that's exactly what it is.
Daddy.
I know. I was like, you know where this is gonna go, right?
So
Look at that face. It's like, yeah, I'm fucking hit my dad. Did you just fucking hit my dad? Did you just fucking hit? Are you kidding me? He was like, teeth all out like, what? You really fucking hit my dad? Did you?
Never mind, bitch. I'm gonna take it now. I'm
Oh.
so out of control. I gotta just now.
Oh! I didn't do it. I didn't do shit.
that's the thing is
I
you can dismiss it.
Boy! You, I will ride you.
Tell him, Obi.
But I think, you know, it's the technology. You know,
Daddy
the
made me do it.
technological hurdle like this took forever to set up and get running. You know,
Love you too. Lay down.
yes, of course.
Do you need a charger? So Zeno dumped lighter fluid into the water bowl.
I think so. I mean, this is kind of like what he had right now, and so like that mic is that's amp. Yeah. So you kind of get the effect, and then I kind of like the way people just put it on. That's kind of fun. And then you know, Shane and Mark they sat down and started talking. So or Ryan.
How's it going? What you guys do? That's all right, man. We're out here for
What's up, big boy?
It's like nobody's met me in
I've
5
gotten
seconds.
kicked out of all the rounds, dude. One time I won 3rd place by accident.
Whose booty is this, huh? How old is he?
1.5.
Oh, is that it?
He's been to every WrapsCon since 2017.
All he got was that.
He's my official. He's my official WrapsCon dog.
Right.
Hence the booth.
Did you get a good picture of that?
Yeah.
got my picture. I got a good picture. Hey, he's a lover, man. He loves it.
Are they doing more rap competitions?
They're on the last.
They're still finishing up the last. What's the schedule look like?
He steps on her leash so she can't get away.
What's tonight?
Merkel.
Anyway,
Big party.
I don't know.
Can I go pee?
Yo, hey, it's my magazine.
I am too, asshole.
Fuck, man, you're a bushy little shit.
Y'all are live.
See it?
Yeah. They can be.
Oh, we're live right now?
Yeah.
Shoot.
That's life. Do some shameless self-promotion.
That's part of why I just sat up there and just started rambling.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a window into the graphics world.
Branding.
I think the streams had like 2 views though. So. But you know the cool thing is it's on YouTube, so you can. The real question is. Yeah, you can rewind it. There's a couple people sat down and talked for a good bit.
That guy?
Yeah, just like you. Just like me.
That looks really just like you. Here's what I'm gonna say. You want me to get a hold of you? I'm guessing Kevin's gonna be here at 5.
Yeah, Chris is gonna be here. Get every plate of pear right.
Thank you.
Alright, well, I'll call you then.
Yeah.
So I'll charge you before that.
Yeah. It sounds like Xeno wanted to do something. Yeah. Yeah, that is. Other kicker.
So I'll go that way last time. Alright, I'll see you later.
Sounds good, man. See ya.
Thanks, Matt.
See if you can get him to stop chasing this world. Go do whatever interview is.
I know, that's why I was like, he's right here, Mom.
A lot of interest in the Hutch part.
Like, I could have reached out to him.
His food is all stuck to his jowl.
I don't know what's happening. Or you're on the oops. I don't know if I thought that was a good idea. That's probably not. What is it?
They're live streaming.
Bro.
Get a chance to kind of get on. Here online. This is kind of a window. It's just kind of to support the industrial graphics community. And we're going to try to start doing more programs. We've got some interviews on there. Hey, free shameless self-promotion. Get in there and talk about your experience at WrapsCon.
I just came for the dog.
She
I couldn't look at the dog.
Yeah, the dog's a big draw.
I'm walking away.
I'm almost ready to start drinking again.
Where's he going? He's probably over doing the thing over here. I told him to sing it for him. Oh, I bet that's where he's at.
For Valentine's Day, though, it was so funny. It was like 2 days before Valentine's Day. We were so busy. And he comes into the office, into the accounting office, and he got me one of those roses in the glove. And he got me like sparkling cider.
Oh,
and he
shit.
got me like I was like, Valentine's Day. And I was like, that's what Valentine's Day was. Alright.
See?
Oh, what? I'm sorry. Oh, I forgot your names were like that. My bad.
He ripped both pads last night.
Playing?
Yeah, whenever I was throwing the ball in the concrete, I guess, and he was sliding. So not the the bottom pads with these pads.
Oh, those ones. Oh, because was he doing that to stop?
So I gave him that, and I didn't know I gave him a bath, and then when I put him on the bed, it was like all sorts of blood. Where are you bleeding from? It was like flipping.
I gave Moby a bath this morning, and then when Moby gets smelly in his ears because of all the dust and stuff, and so I always have to take a rag and like clean inside his ears. I did have his ears and there was a wood tick in his ear.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, I think that we picked it up somewhere in Kansas. Yeah. I don't know. And I
had a tick on you?
Yeah, it was crawling up my leg, and I threw it away. I almost bent over it. It was like whatever
you embedded.
Yes. Oh yeah. And then I took it to the we're always going to travel with isopropyl. So I took my good tweezers, make sure I got the isopropyl over it because we all have that. Yeah. So, because I didn't since I didn't start tasting, I haven't had ticks in a minute, you know?
What do you think?